Alright guys, game 2 of the day, and the Death Guard are at it again, so I'll run through the list quickly again for those who didn't watch the first one. So running a battalion, so we've got Demon Prince with the Arch Contaminator as a Warlord. We've got Malignant Plague Caster for the second. We've got 1, 2, 3 5-man units of Plague Marines, and all 3 of them we've been modelling up to have the Blight Launchers. So there's 2 Blight Launchers and a Plasma Gun in each of these 3 units. Then we got Foul Blight Spawn, Death Shroud Terminators in Elites. And then Fast Attack we got 1, 2 Blight Drones and 3 Blight Whores. So that comes to $14.99. That's my list. And then Trent, who I'm playing, has brought down his Necrons, who run as SAUTECK. So in that he's got an Overlord. Just a Lord, is that?
Yep.
Yep. And then how many are in this?
2 17-man warriors.
So 2 17-man warrior squads. Then 1, is that 10-man?
Yep.
Yep, 10-man of Immortals. We've got some sniper guys here. Then we got 1 with the Gorse Cannon. 2 with the Gorse Cannon. Then a 3rd one with the Heavy Gorse.
Yep.
Yep, Heavy Gorse. Yeah. That's it, yep. Doomsday Arc. And a unit of these guys. What are they armed with, mate?
Tomb Blades, Gorse Blaster.
Gorse Blaster. Alright, and that comes in at just $14.96. So we'll roll up a mission and we'll have at it and we'll see if the Death Ball can roll through another army. This is a lot more troops to get through, so I'll see how we do it. Alright. Alright guys. So the mission is capture and control. So we're on Longways, Hammer and Anvil. So my objective is underneath this blob in here, and my entire army is set up in this pumping station, minus the Death Shroud Terminators that are in Deep Strike. And if we come over here, he's got his objective up here in this Imperial building, and then he's got Lord, we've got Crons, more Crons, Destroyers sort of spread out around this big thing, a few more over here, Doomsday Arc, and then in Deep Strike. So I managed to set up first, so I get +1 to me roll. So we'll roll off. See who goes first. So that's a 6 and that's a 6, so we'll roll again, try again. 4 and 5, that's the same again. This is 2 battles in a row this has happened. So that's 2 and a 2. Alright, so I've got the first turn so far, but would you like to try and seize the initiative?
I would love to.
Here he goes. And that's a 5. Alright, so for the second time today, Death Guard will have first turn. And after this turn, there'll be no Crons left on the battlefield. Alright, we'll get at it. Alright, end of Death Guard turn 1. So pretty much the army has moved forward. I think I need to add a bell because there was terrible run rolls except for this guy who got a 5 and got way up here. If we come across to here, psychic power wise, I got the neg 1 to hit on these guys and nothing else really went off. And then the rest of my guns, well, all of the army, shot up here and killed the unit of Tomb Blades, so I got first strike. So we'll get back to Trent's turn 1 with his Necrons and see what he can do in retaliation. Alright. Alright, so end of Trent's Necron turn 1. So starting over this side, a combination of Heavy Destroyers, and a Doomsday Arc. Removed a 5-man squad down here quite easily. Blew them straight off the map. And then a combination of all these warriors and destroyers. That's 17, 10. And then you got the destroyers. Took this guy down to 3 wounds. So that's still alive somehow. Don't ask me how. Alright, so you also scored first strike. So we've both got a point for first turn. And we'll move on from there and see what the Death Guard can do in their next turn. Alright, end of Death Guard turn 2. So all this stuff moved up here and shot over here, killed 1 unit of destroyers and another unit of destroyers here. So that was 6 destroyers total, which was really good shooting by the blob. Then moving over here in the assault, these guys both spat into these guys, taking them down to, or with combined shooting and assault, took them down to 6. And then over here I jumped in the back here and killed 6, was it?
Yes.
Yep, so 6 more warriors over here. They fought back and didn't do anything. So we've got them surrounded at the moment, sort of, not really. Alright, so what I'll do is we'll let Trent have his next turn. and we'll get back with you. Alright, so this is the end of Necron turn 2.
Yep.
Alright, so in the shooting phase, we'll start with that because that's where the most interesting stuff comes. This Doomsday Ark and these destroyers shot down here and removed another 5-man squad of Plague Marines, obliterated them off the battlefield in glorious Trent fashion. Fucking bang. But then over here, because I tied most stuff up in combat, these guys here chomped their way through these lot. He took this guy down to 1 wound here. Not much happened over here. And that's the end of it. No more points were scored, so I'll go to Death Guard turn 3. And we'll see if we can't keep eating these guys. Alright guys, the end of Death Guard turn 3. So if we come around here, they've made a massive push up here, and all the firepower deleted the last 3 destroyers are in here. So we've had a good shooting against the destroyers. Then over here, the Plague Spitter Gauntlets pretty much mowed down most of these guys, and then these guys backed out of combat and spat and killed the rest of that unit. So we've actually killed a bucket load of Necrons here. So that's about the size of it for this round. He's still got his big Doomsday Ark over here. Oh no, FAQ, it's hanging up the edge of the table, that's instantly dead. No, we don't play that shit around here. He's got a big blob over here still, and he's still got a Lord here, so he's still got his Warlord and all that stuff. We'll see what he can do with his next turn, and we'll get back to his. Yeah, it always happens. Alright, so end of Necron turn 3. So this thing rolled 1 shot and failed, so that was out of it. These guys shot over here and didn't do anything to these guys. These guys shot over here and didn't do anything to them, but they did remove the last wound off a bloat drone. And then his Lord that was here went to run into them and got plague spitted down by their Overwatchy Gauntlet Spitters of Death. So that's the end of the Necron turn 3. So we'll get on with Death Guard turn 4 and see if we can't take over his little base up in here. That's mine. Alright.
Remove your guys into my guys into my turn.
Alright, end of Death Guard turn 4. So we've moved up here. We've annihilated his big tank and shot everything out of the way. All that's left in this area of the board is these guys here.
Yeah.
Now if we come across over here, we've killed everything over here except for this Lord here. They're all dead. So he's got his Lord left and 5 death marks. So he's about to go and have his turn 4 and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, we'll get back to you at the end of Necron turn 4. Alright guys. We're going to call the battle here because the Overlord, fearlessly with rerolls and everything, has died at the hands of these ginormous Plague Scythe carrying guys. And all we've got left over here is these 5 guys and the Death Ball's coming along here to blow them off the map. And that's all we've got left. Is there anything you want to add to the game, Trent?
Do not play these guys.
Do not play against Death Guard. Death Guard, Death Ball. Do you have a man of the match, something you thought went well?
What about Doomsday Ark?
Doomsday Ark, yep. Doomsday Ark smoked 2 5-man units of guys pretty well. I'm going to pick these guys as my man of the match because between their flamers and their things, they pretty much started here and cut their way through your army around to here. Alright, so if you like this stuff, like and subscribe and we'll get back to you. I'm going to go and try and make this list a bit harder again because that's what Trent asked me to do. Alright guys, have a good one.